Roy wants a big bag today and he's got the kit to do it. This is a newly converted Land Rover Discovery, created not by B.A. Baracus, but Brian. Brian was given the Disco and spent a couple of £100 getting it an MOT and putting in a new sunroof. Not to increase daylight into the cab, but to provide a perfect position to shoot those pesky foxes.
Do you want it? He said, because it's worth nothing. So I said, yeah, I'll have it. So I took it, got somebody to cut a hole in the roof. The seat is an old centre seat from the back of a Land Rover 110 that I owned years ago, and I took out for the same purpose. Yeah, so it's really come together for virtually nothing, only the cost of having the hole in the roof. I'm a bit longer in the body than Roy, and I can sit on the seat and I can shoot off the roof. But Roy also likes to use a bipod on his rifle, so that means another 4 or 5 inches up, and he's a bit shorter in the body, so we have his booster seat here all ready for him.
Is it working for you?
This is going to be our first time out, so hopefully we're going to christen it well.
It's not the easiest carriage to get yourself seated, but once you're in, it's the best seat in the house. The fox numbers have been extraordinary this year, and the land we are going to tonight is Fox Central. There are 2 pieces of land we'll be shooting over, but Roy wants to go all night and he's set himself a goal.
I'm hoping for a good night. We've got about 3,500 acres that is halfway through cutting, and we did 1 field the other night and got 6 on there, and that was just about 250 acres. So if we've got that sort of fox density all over it, we could be in for a bit of a bumper night tonight. It would be nice to get 20. So we'll go for that and see how we do. It all depends, whether our cameraman fades away a little bit, because he's a bit of a Jessie when it comes to staying out all night.
We arrive and meet up with another of Roy's friends, Alex. As it's Brian's baby, he'll christen the vehicle and we'll shoot first. Roy will drive and handle the lamp.
We'll start off with the white light. If we've got a fox that's jumpy, then if you pick him up with that, we've got an amber filter and a red filter to work with. So, as I say, if we pick one up or pick a set of eyes up and he starts moving, then we'll just use the amber light on him.
We mount up and the first field shows promise, but Roy has been here already as this was the first crop off this farm. They're a bit spooked here. We don't waste time and make our way to what he thinks will be the land of plenty. This is more like it. Brian opens his account but realises the shot can only be taken with the engine off. The V8 petrol is pretty steady, but the diesel is not stable enough. Some of the foxes are keeping their distance. Others come right in. We soon have to stop to drop off the foxes we've shot. We have a pause. Already we've had a successful night with Brian's 7, and he's happy with the Disco's performance and his own.
The best night I've had out on the foxes was 6, and that was on a small area, only about 150 acres. But 7 in this time that we spent tonight is fabulous. I'm really pleased. And we stand the chance of shooting plenty more, I think.
One thing we're hoping to do by keeping on top of these animals is to improve the biodiversity of the local area. Apart from foxes, we aren't seeing much else.
We came in on this field and I've never ever seen foxes like it. It's just ridiculous. We've had 7 so far and I don't know how many more we've seen, and we're just going round shooting, pick up another one, carry on. We've had 2 foxes coming in from different directions at the same time on the squeak. As I say, I've never seen a field like this. There's just foxes coming from everywhere. And as we've seen when we've been driving around, that's meant that there's hardly any other wildlife on it. We're seeing very few skylarks, we're seeing no partridges, very few rabbits, no hares left, and that's just down to a huge population of foxes.
Time for Brian and Roy to swap over. We go to the second field and Roy gets 2 within a matter of minutes. As well as foxes, there are loads of badgers about too. It's been an incredible night and we lose count. When we lay them all out, there are 21 carcasses on the ground. Tired but satisfied, Roy has delivered once again. He feels these fields had the potential to deliver, and they have. He has surpassed his goal and achieved a personal best.
Yeah, not a bad night's work. bearing in mind we started at 10:30 and we finished up at 2:30 with 21. I mean, some of them came in really well, so just started squeaking, and we had one group of 3 on the trot that came in, and others, they weren't quite so obliging, and we had to hunt them a little bit. But yeah, there was you could see the ones that knew knew the game with the lamp and knew what they were doing, and then we had some inexperienced ones as well. But just phenomenal. I still can't get over how many foxes were over on basically 2 fields. Mind-boggling the amount of foxes that are here.
How many do you reckon we saw? So we shot 21, how many do you reckon we saw?
21 in, and I suppose we probably saw about another 10 or 12 easily. So a good number of foxes out there. As I say, it's all of the agencies and rescue centres and whatever else that say that you'll only have a very small amount of foxes holding one territory. Absolute pish. I mean, the amount of foxes that we saw out there tonight, I've never seen anything like it before.
And the Land Rover worked well too.
The vehicle did well. Brian's conversions did well, and I think we've had a cracking night, bit of a red letter night. So time to go to bed. We've got to get out and do some stalking in the morning.
Roy thinks the number of foxes is high this year. There is talk of foxes having 2 litters thanks to the warm weather. Certainly cubs of different sizes are being seen all over the country,